Hello everyone, welcome to course study on solid mechanics. In today's lecture we are going to discuss the numericals which are based on shear stress distribution. Now we have a problem statement. A beam of symmetrical I section is 200 mm and 400 mm in size. The thickness of the flange is 20 mm and wave is 15 mm. The beam is carrying maximum shear force of 80 kN. Draw shear stress distribution diagram over the depth of the section. Now remember that a beam of symmetrical I section, it means that the beam is symmetrical about x-axis, this is x-axis and this is x-axis. Also it is symmetrical about y-axis also, means about x-axis we have two same part and about y-axis also we have two same part. Now we will discuss about the components of I section. Remember that this particular part, this width and this thickness is known as flange section of the beam. This is the flange of beam. This particular part, a vertical one and this one, it is known as web of the beam, and again this is the flange of the beam section. So we have a beam of I section which is 200 mm. 200 mm means the width of the flange is 200 mm. It is already shown over here. The width of the flange is 200 mm, whereas the depth is 400 mm. Therefore total depth including the flange plus web, it is 400 mm and it is already shown over here. Now the thickness of the flange is 20 mm. Now this is the thickness of the flange. Remember that this particular part, it is nothing but it is the thickness of the flange and it is 20 mm. It is already given in the figure. And the thickness of the web is 15 mm. Now this is the thickness of the web. This part is nothing but it's a thickness of the web and that thickness is 15 mm. Again it is shown in the figure. The beam is carrying the maximum shear force of 80 kN. Now draw the shear stress distribution diagram over the depth of the section. Shear stress distribution diagram, we have already derived the formula for the same. We have FA y bar upon IB. Now in the numerical, the beam is carrying maximum shear force of 80 kN, means the value of F is given in the numerical. We have to find out the value of A, y bar, I and B from the figure. Therefore we have, as beam is symmetrical about x-axis, we have y bar is equal to total depth divided by 2. That is y bar will be total depth, it is 400 divided by 2, it will give you the value of y bar, because we have shear stress formula tau is equal to FA y bar upon IB. The value of force, shear force, it is already given in the numerical. We have to find out the value of A, we have to find out the value of y bar, I and B. Therefore y bar will be 400 divided by 2. We have considered directly 400 divided by 2 because it is symmetrical about x-axis. As it is symmetrical, therefore the total depth will be y bar will be total depth divided by 2. Therefore, as given in the numerical, we have shear force equal to F, which is equal to 80 kN. So in Newton it will be 80 into 10 raised to 3 Newton. Y bar is equal to total depth divided by 2. Therefore total depth is 400 divided by 2. So it will become 200 mm. So this distance will be 200, and again this distance will be 200 because it is symmetrical about x-axis. Now we are going to find out the value of I. Remember that the value of I, if I form this in this manner, we will have a rectangular section. For a rectangular section, this is the width and this is the depth. Therefore, I will become capital B d cube by 12. This is for the rectangular section, but from that rectangular section this particular part is removed. This particular part is removed. Therefore, we have to minus the remaining part. Therefore, deducting this remaining part, we will have I is equal to bd cube by 12 minus small bd cube by 12. Therefore, we have capital B is equal to 200 mm and we have capital D is equal to 400 mm minus small bd cube by 12. Small bd will be this. 1 minute. Small bd cube by 12 means the value of small b will be this part and this part. So you will have this value from 200 minus 15 is nothing but 185. So this remaining part, the width of this remaining part will be 185. So 185 cube divided by 185 into 360 cube. So we have 360 cube from this equation. 360 will be this depth only. This depth is 360 only, and that we have from 400 minus this 20 plus this 20. So 400 minus 40 will become 360. So we have depth is equal to 360. Therefore, by using this formula, we have I is equal to capital BD cube by 12 minus small bd cube by 12. Therefore, we have I 346.72 into 10 raised to 6 mm raised to 4. Now we have shear stress formula FA y bar upon IB. From that we have the value of F, we have the value of y bar also, we have the value of I also. Only we have to find out AY bar means it's a first moment of area and the width. Now, as discussed in the earlier lectures also, we have shear stress calculation. Remember that while calculating the value of shear stress, we have to concentrate on three main points only. The first one, at the top of the flange, this particular part, this is the top of the flange. Then we have to concentrate on junction of, this is the junction, this part is nothing but is the junction of flange and web. We have to calculate the value of shear stress means we have to consider three main part. First one is top of the flange, next one junction of the flange and web. So here it is, a flange is connected to the web at this junction, and next one we have to concentrate at neutral axis. Those are the point where we have to determine the value of shear stress. You have to remember this. Now, as discussed earlier, all of you know that the value of shear stress will be 0 at the top and bottom of the flange. Means at the top of flange the value of shear stress will be 0, and at the bottom of flange the value of shear stress will be 0, because at the extreme fiber the value of shear stress is 0. Now we have to find out the value of shear stress at the junction of flange and at the web. This is the junction of flange and web. Now, as discussed earlier, shear stress at the top and bottom will be 0. Now we have to find out the value of shear stress at the junction between web and flange. So this is web, this is flange, and both are connected over here. So this is the junction of web and flange. Therefore, at the first of all, we will consider in the junction of web and flange, we will consider two things. First one, this is the bottom of flange. For the entire flange, this particular part, 1 minute, we will show it by another color. This particular part is the bottom of flange, and this particular part is the top of wave. The bottom of flange has a width equal to 20 mm, whereas the top of the wave has a width equal to 15 mm. This is the very important concept where we have to find out the value of shear stress. Therefore, shear stress at junction between wave and flange is given by at the bottom of flange. At the bottom of flange means this particular part. This part is nothing but the bottom of flange, where B is equal to 200 mm, where B is 200 mm. At the bottom of flange means width of flange is 200 mm. Now, therefore, we have tau 1, that is shear stress at the bottom of flange, which is given by Fa y bar upon Ib. Now, as given in the numerical, we have F is equal to 80 into 10 raised to 3. A is nothing but, now this is the junction where we have to concentrate for shear stress distribution. This is the junction where we have to make the consideration. Now, we will consider any area which is above the junction or which is below the junction. But if you concentrate on the figure, this area is easy to determine as compared to this bottom area. As it is easy to calculate the area which is above this line, then we will consider this particular area only. Therefore, we have 1 minute. Area will be 200 into 20 because this width is 200 and its thickness is 20. Therefore, that area we have considered over here. Now, what is y bar? Remember that it's a very important concept because it is most of the student make confusion while finding out the value of y bar. Remember that y bar is nothing but, suppose this is the neutral axis for the entire section. This is the neutral axis for entire section. This neutral axis is at a depth of 200 mm. And the remaining part is again 200 mm. This is the neutral axis for the entire section and it is divided into two parts which has a depth equal to 200 mm and bottom one is 200 mm. Now, what is y bar? We have concentrated on this particular area because at the junction this area is easy to solve. As it is easy to solve, then y bar is nothing but, for this particular area the centroid is this one. For this particular area only the centroid is this one. Therefore, y bar is nothing but the distance between the neutral axis and the centroid of area on which we are concentrated. Therefore, this particular distance from figure you can easily find out. 200 minus 10, it will give you the value of y bar for this particular figure. I is nothing but it is 346.72 into 10 raised to 6. It is already calculated for the entire section and width is means this B is 200 mm because we have concentrated on section which is above the line of consideration. So this width is 200 mm. Therefore, while putting this value, we have shear stress at the bottom of the flange equal to 0.876 megapascal. Now, what you have observed from this equation, here it is the value of B is 200 mm because we have concentrated on this junction, and for this junction two members are connected to each other. The first one is flange and the another one is wave. Now, this particular part is nothing but it is the bottom part of this flange, and this particular part, this small part is the top of the wave. Therefore, the bottom of flange has a width equal to 200 mm. That value we have put over here. Therefore it is equal to 0.876 MPa. Now as the value of B increases, the value of shear stress decreases, because denominator will become, if denominator becomes maximum, then the value automatically decreases. Now we have to calculate the value of shear stress at the top of the wave. At the top of the wave means this particular part. At this junction we have to find out the value of shear stress. The remaining thing will remain the same, only the width will change. So this width will be the thickness of the wave. This width will be the thickness of the wave. Therefore we have 80 into 10 raised to 3 into area will be again this area. It is 200 into 20. Y bar will be 200 minus 10. I will remain as it is. Only the width B will change. Therefore we have the value of tau 2 is equal to 11.690 MPa, megapascal. So in this way we have find out the value of shear stress at the top, at the junction. In the junction we have find out it at the bottom of the flange and at the top of the wave. And the another very important point where shear stress is maximum, that is at the neutral axis. That we are going to find out right now. Now this is the neutral axis. At the neutral axis we have to concentrate on any area which is above it or which is below it. Now we have this area which is above the neutral axis. It is comprises of two sections. This particular area, it comprises of two sections. This is first section and the another section is this section. So for both we are going to find out the AY bar separately. Therefore if I concentrate on this area, I am denoting it by hatching line. Therefore this depth will be 200 mm minus 20. This depth will be 200 mm minus 20. So it will become 180. So this depth is 180. And the area, while finding out the area, we must know the thickness of it also. Therefore the thickness is 15 mm. Therefore we have FA. F is 80 into 10 raised to 3. A is 80 into 15. 18 into 15 is nothing but this area only. And Y bar is nothing but, now as it is 180, as this depth is 180, so half of it is nothing but 90. Half of it is 90. Therefore the distance between the neutral axis of entire section and the neutral axis of the section on which we have concentrated is 90. So 180 minus 90 is nothing but 90. This distance is nothing but 90. So it will become Y bar for this section. Therefore we have FA Y bar will be this one for this section only. For this section only. Now we will concentrate on a flange section. For the flange section we have the area as discussed earlier. For the flange section we have area 200 into 20. Therefore this one. And the distance between the entire section neutral axis and on which we have concentrated is nothing but 200 minus 10 is 190. Therefore this is the value of FAY bar for the both section. Divided by I, which is already found out, it is 346.72 into 10 raised to 6. That value we have put over here. And B is nothing but this one, because we have found out the value of shear stress at the neutral axis, and at the neutral axis we have the value of width equal to 15 mm. So that value is 15 mm. Therefore we have tau 3 is equal to 15.42 MPa. Remember that this junction is very important to here, and on the basis of that we have determined the shear stress values. Therefore, we have shear stress at the neutral axis equal to 15.42 MPa. Now, as discussed in earlier lecture also, we have the shear stress distribution diagram for the beam section in this manner. It means that here it is the value of, at the top the value of shear stress is 0. Now at this point the value of shear stress is 0.876, which is already calculated over here. See this value, 0.876 is the value of shear stress at the bottom of the flange. So this is the value of the shear stress at the bottom of flange. This 11.690 is the value of shear stress at the top of wave, and this 15.42 is the value of shear stress at the neutral axis. So remember that at the neutral axis we have the maximum value of shear stress, whereas at the top and bottom we have minimum value of shear stress. So in this way we have determined the value of shear stress at different point, or we can see it as key point. So key points are at the top, at the bottom, and at the neutral axis, as well as at the junction of top and at the junction of flange and wave. So in the next lecture again we will discuss the new numerical of channel section. So we will stop here. Thank you.